Hey everyone, it's Lori with a Voice in the Dark production. Um, we do not consent. We support the Constitution and the rule of law. This is my Freedom Series for the United States of America, 10-6-25. I wanted to go over the 10th Amendment, Section 1 of Article 3 of the Constitution, and then treason, the advocating of anyone to overthrow the government. There are some real important things in here, and I think we have to ask ourselves right now why the Democrats haven't pursued this and why we haven't stopped this foolishness. Now, we've all kind of thought, well, maybe he'll settle down, and maybe do the right thing eventually. But this is going too far, and I think that it's time that we all take a hard look at our country, the Constitution, and what has been going on, and we have to ask ourselves why these three things that I'm going to talk about in a couple minutes have not been invoked. And we need to get with our governors and senators and congressmen that are local, and get with as many of them as you can on out of the whole 9 yards of them, and even the Republicans, don't leave them out. Ask them why they haven't done this. Because I'm going to tell you what, it's their answer that makes them either part of it or not part of it. So, this is our country, not just theirs. This is ours. And either we stand up and let them know that we care about our country and we're not going to allow this shit to keep going on, or are you going to sit back and just hope for the fucking best? Because I'm going to tell you something. What I'm seeing is not where you can sit down and hope for the fucking best, because that's not going to happen here. I thought too. I was just as, because I'm always wanting to see both sides of the coin, okay? And weigh it out that way. But I tried. I tried, and I even reviewed over Elon Musk and all of them. And Elon Musk is a liar. He says one thing and actually does something totally different. He actually does the opposite. So you really have to watch him. So if he's talking about Jesus right now, it's probably because he's Satan. Now, I've had it up to here with the bullshit and the lies. God, I can't stand liars, cheaters, and criminals. And these guys, they're all that, even the women. So they all have bad backgrounds. But we have to ask ourselves, how did the Democrats allow them to even be put in position? And then we have to ask ourselves, why didn't the United States government stop the Heritage Foundation and charge them with treason when they wrote the book 2025, Project 2025? And then we have to go after whoever else is in there. Because right now, our government's being taken over, our country is being taken over, and we're not being thought of at all. And we're the people, we're the ones that make the meat of this fucking country. It isn't the fucking money mongrels. It's us, and it's our blood, sweat, and tears, and they don't give a shit about any of us. So I ask you, what say ye? Are you going to investigate? Are you going to send the emails? Are you going to make a difference? Are you going to sit on your ass with your head up your ass and not do anything? I'm mad. Can you tell? And I don't care. I don't care if you see me mad. I don't care if you see me disgusted at everything that I see happening. This man, the President of the United States, never has any authority. None. You don't give one person that kind of authority, ever. So I ask you, why aren't we getting rid of the Supreme Court? Because actually, they can be, what do they call it? It's under Section 1, Article 3 of the Constitution. And impeachment. We can impeach every one of them. We have to find the dirt on him. And Clarence Thomas should have been impeached a long time ago. Why he hasn't, I don't know. So, if there are things that are happening in our country, you have to ask yourself, well, why isn't our president taking care of this? Why is our president doing this and acting this way? Because he doesn't have this kind of power. So we got to go back and ask ourselves, well, why is Congress and the Senate letting him do it? That's the question right there, and the Supreme Court. And there are judges trying to stop him and stop this bullshit, and then he goes after him. He has sent the MAGA the MAGA cult has already sent pizzas to every Democrat that's in office. Oh, pizza's letting them know with a little note. We know where you're at. The war on the country is not us, it's them. Wake up. Because we're at that hour where we have to make some big choices about our future and about our country. And I hope you're up for it, because you're going to have balls where you only had your head stuck in the goddamn sand. All right, now that I've given you my lecture and my pissed offness, let's go through some information. This is the biggest one. I wanted to look up, how do you get rid of people that are creating treason in the country? One of the big laws that they have in there that I saw not too long ago is that if someone brings arms to the people to cause, a takedown. And Mr. Trump has done that by using the American military against American people. Now, this goes a little deeper here. It is, they call it, I don't know, section something, 2385, advocating overthrow of government. Whoever knowingly or willfully advocates, abets, advises, or teaches the duty, necessity, desirability, or priority of overthrowing or destroying the government of the United States or the government of the state, territory, district, or possession thereof, or the government of any political subdivision therein, by force or violence, or by the assassination of any officer of any such government, or whoever with intent to cause the overthrow or destruction of any such government prints, publishes, edits, issues, circulates, sells, distributes, or publicly displays any written or printed matter advocating, advising, or teaching the duty, necessity, desirability, or priority, or overthrowing or destroying any government in the United States by force or violence, or attempts to do so. Whoever organizes or helps or attempts to organize any society, group, or assembly of persons who teach, advocate, or encourage the overthrow or destruction of any such government by force or violence, or becomes or is a member of or affiliates with any such society, group, or assembly of persons, knowing the purposes thereof. Now, I want to explain this. If you haven't read the Heritage Foundation's Project 2025, it is a complete 180-day overthrow the United States government. That's treason. And then our president has backed it, and he's using it. And his entire cabinet is backing it and using it. Again, treason. Now, I want to know why we are not filing charges against the Heritage Foundation and charging them all with treason, and the president and his entire cabinet and vice president, and the Supreme Court at this point. So, look it up. There's a lot more to it. That's all I'm reading on that one. But the United States government is the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. And it is explicit on the kind of power the president has, which is none. He's a figurehead. He doesn't have any of this. Everything he has done has been illegal. So I want to know why, again, he hasn't been charged for at least impeachment with these grounds of treason. Ask yourself that. Because I'm beginning to think that there's something bigger going on here, and maybe 2/3 of the Senate and Congress and the Supreme Court and all have to go. Maybe we need to redo our whole government because we believe in the Constitution and the rule of law. They don't. So, now, Section 1 of Article 3 of the Constitution says, the judicial power of the United States shall be vested in one Supreme Court and in such inferior courts as the Congress may from time to time obtain, ordain, and establish. The judges, both of the Supreme and inferior courts, shall hold their offices during good behavior and shall at stated times receive for their services and compensation which shall be diminished during their continuance in office. This means that the justices hold office as long as they choose and can only be removed from office by impeachment. Now, the threat of impeachment proceedings has led to the resignation of a justice in 1969. In 2010, story in the Washington Post points out people on both sides of the political spectrum have for years called for justices to be impeached, from Chief Justice Earl Warren to Justice Clarence Thomas to Chief Justice John G. Roberts Jr. and Justice Sonia Sotomayor. None have succeeded. That doesn't mean people shouldn't give it in the old college try, though, when the situation calls for it. Well, maybe we need to really look at how hard it is to impeach them, or why. Maybe we really need to look at why the impeachment didn't go through. I think we need to start really questioning our government thoroughly every day if we have to. Maybe form small groups. We're not trying to overthrow the government. We're overthrowing people who are trying to overthrow the government. Here, the 10th Amendment. The powers not delegated to the United States by the Constitution, nor prohibited by it to the states, are reserved to the states respectively, or to the people. Everything he has been doing, the President of the United States, with sending troops in and calling the National Guard and all that, it's against the law, and it is not his place to do. That is strictly up to the states. The states, that's it. Either we follow the Constitution, or what the fuck are we going to do? That's what I'm asking you. You want to become lawless? Oh, that'll work out real good because you got all these right-winged neo-Nazis with guns already working for ICE. This has to stop. And if our Democrats need more backup and the Republicans that are good, there's still some good ones in there. If they need backup, we need to be there for them. And we need to let them know we are. But let them know we're not stupid either. When the president signs all those executive orders, they all have to be approved through the Senate and the Congress. He is trying to trip up and get away from following the rule of law by having the Supreme Court that he has right now just doing his bidding. We need to find out why they're doing his bidding. What has he promised them? What have they gotten? Because no Supreme Court justice would approve any of this. So we need to help figure out what we can, but we need to let our government know, the real government, the one that's honest, the one that's true, that we are standing behind them. Anyway, I'll put some of this on another page or two so you can look through and actually read it if you want. Otherwise, you can just look it up on the internet. That's what I did. We really need to make a decision now. And it's going to take more than what we got to stand up. Put your name on a signature somewhere. Send an email into your congressman or senate if you want to stay private. But for God's sakes, open your eyes and read the damn law. And make a decision based on your own instincts. And for those of you, because this is the tired old song I hear from Republicans all the time. And you know what their concern is? I should be able to choose where my taxes go. Okay, well, you did. And it worked. Guess where it went? It went in Trump's pocket, or it went in the government's pocket, and he's building glorious gold rooms for a ballroom, of which we don't need. Open your eyes. None of that money is going to come back to you. You're still going to pay the same amount of taxes, if not more. I hear it's going to be more. Because, see, they can't keep, there's not enough money. And instead of helping the budget, he doubled it, our debt. And now he's hanging us all up because he doesn't want Medicaid and Medicare to take care of the least income people. They're working poor. Their families. It's a little bit help here and there. I get $44 a month for food stamps, but it helps. Wake up. The law does not allow illegal immigrants to get all that crap that they keep telling you. It's a lie. They're trying to scare you and you fall for it and you're going for it. You're letting a bully run the show. And that's all he is a two-bit bully. Anyway, that's all I've got for tonight. Lori out.